Good afternoon, everybody. Movie Fan 2002 here, and now it's time for me to talk a little bit more about another subject relating to Wicked for Good. Which, before I begin, I finally got my tickets for the movie, so and actually we'll be seeing the film not once that week, but twice. But yeah, I'll explain more and more about it as we get closer to it, and you'll probably see my reviews on Letterboxd, and of course I'll be doing a review on this channel. But we'll be getting more to that as we get closer to it. But enough of that. We're not here to talk about me seeing the movie, what will be happening beforehand. But what I do want to talk about are the character posters. Now, we already have gotten several character posters before, especially numerous with Elphaba and Glinda. I mean, obviously, as they are the main characters of the feature. But there are, other character posters that have been revealed for, some of the other characters in the movie. So I feel like it only seems fitting that I talk about them. Or at least a few ones that are the most standouts. And yes, you know what I'm about to talk about. But anyways, let's look at the ones we have. I mean, obviously, we have Elphaba's poster, which it looks great as always, and we can see the Grimmery and the Kalamako in the background. I have Glinda's poster, which really like that how there's pink there's pink flowers in front of her wall with her blue/lavender dress, which looks very well and nice to tie into the fact of the pink dress that she wore most likely towards the film's end. Oh, and by the way, yes, I did see that commercial with the young Glinda. I thought that was great, and honestly, very inevitable considering that in part one we saw a young Elphaba. It only seems fitting that we were going to see a young Glinda in this film. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if part two has this film has something similar towards the end, where she sees her younger self in her reflection. But that's just a me thing. I'll still be satisfied with how it is. She definitely deserves a hug. Then we have Memorable, summoning tornado, which also has Dorothy's house in the background. Would say spoilers, but that was already shown in the trailer, and we kind of figured this was going to happen anyway, regardless if they showed it in the trailer or not. Then we have Glinda's two friends from Shiz, which not much to really say about there, other than they're holding newspapers, so that's pretty much good. Then we have Nessa's poster, which resembles the Wicked Witch of the East. And I thought that was great, especially with the red in the background, obviously symbolizing of the shoes that would be glowing red, like we saw in the final trailer. And of course, the Cowardly Lion, who was just recently revealed, and that Coleman Domingo will be voicing him.
See you in Oz.
Anyways, but now let's talk about the three big posters. And as you can imagine, this is where I'll be entering in a spoiler territory. Let's start with the wizard himself. Now, it doesn't seem like that much at first, but if you pay close attention, look what's in the background. We see that a bunch of green balls right over there. However, you also need to keep in mind that Elphaba's mother had one of those green bottles. So in other words, the wizard is that merchant that Elphaba's mother was in love with that night. So, before she was born. Which explains why she was born green and why Elphaba carries it. So, in an extent, Elphaba's real father is the wizard. And that twist is revealed towards the end. However, that poster is nothing compared to the other two. For Bach's poster, it may not seem like that much at first, but you gotta keep in mind of what's in the background. It looks like tin. Yes, Bach inevitably becomes the Tin Man. Which, then again, it was shown in the trailer, so I can't really be that mad about it. So, just to give you guys a heads up of why it happened, considering that Bach still has feelings for Glinda, Nessa does anything, and I mean anything, to make sure she was in power. So, after Elphaba casts a spell to make Nessa walk, or in the movie's version, technically fly, Nessa actually takes the Grimmy to cast a love spell to make him love, but he read the incantation wrong, and it causes his heart to shrink. So the only way to save is that Elphaba has to turn him into a being that's I can't live without a heart. So unfortunately, she turns him into the Tin Man, which he's angry about. I mean, dude, she saved your life. You should be giving her credit. I don't know, that's just me thinking. And now we have Fiyero. And this is possibly the big one of the bunch. For this poster, they decided to have him be out in a field and next to a pole. Yeah, so yeah, as you can imagine, he inevitably becomes the Scarecrow, because Elphaba has to do another spell in order to save his life, which is obviously the beginning of no good deed, and we don't see him until the very moment towards the end, until the end of the show, when it's revealed that he did turn into the Scarecrow, and it was shocking. It was shocking to see. Also, so on a quick side note, it is worth noting that the Scarecrow and the Tin Man will thankfully be in makeup and prosthetics throughout the film. So it won't be like some motion capture CGI like some people were concerned about. So, and I think that works well in my opinion. But yes, Furo does end up becoming the Scarecrow after saving Elphaba's life earlier on in the movie. Now that's all the life. And yeah, as you can imagine, this could be some shocking for some people. I can understand, but to the film's credit, I can't be that mad about it. I mean, I've seen the show, so I knew what to expect, but I'm shocked that they decided to do this. But do those posters stop me from wanting to watch the movie? Heck no. I'm still going to see it regardless. And besides, while I did give away those big plot twists, I didn't give away the major one that happens towards the end. And besides, I'm going to keep my lips zip until I do my review in a month. Which, yes, some of it will be spoiler filled. And in fact, I highly doubt some of you guys are even watching like the spoiler filled part that I even mentioned. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this latest video. Let me know what you guys thought of the posters down below in the comments and which one is your favorite. Anyways, until the next video comes, if you'd like to be part of this channel, obviously click the subscribe button down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And until next time, peace and take care.